Just listen to your heart. It is the most common piece of advice we give and receive. Yet, in moments of high stress, attempting to follow this directive often pulls us entirely off course. We are prone to a specific psychological trap, equating intensity with truth. When an emotion like fear or shame hits with overwhelming force, the brain automatically treats that physical strength as a mandate for action. High-intensity triggers create a state of internal urgency. These feelings demand a reaction, relief, proof, control, or escape, simply to stop the internal pressure from building further. This creates a vacuum in our decision-making. In the heat of the moment, the ability to distinguish between a fleeting emotional spike and deep-seated internal guidance vanishes. Mistaking volume for validity leads to a dangerous outcome. We hand the steering wheel of our lives over to our most reactive insecurities, abandoning our actual principles for the sake of immediate comfort. Identifying an emotional impulse requires looking for its core mechanical function, the urgent demand for relief. The impulse prioritizes escape over resolution. It cares very little about solving the underlying problem, focusing instead on whatever reaction will stop the current feeling the fastest. These impulses are internal weather. They represent passing environmental conditions rather than a reliable navigation system. This internal weather functions as raw data. It signals that conditions around you are changing, while remaining completely silent on where you should actually go. Steering a ship by a barometer is an exercise in futility. The instrument can diagnose the immediate atmospheric pressure, but it knows nothing about the ship's final destination. Breaking this reactive cycle requires us to arrest the momentum of the impulse before it translates into a physical choice. We achieve this through the pause, a strategic mechanism designed to interrupt the mind's desperate drive for instant relief. During the pause, we deploy a diagnostic test. We ask if the current feeling is merely an attempt to protect the ego, prove a point, or avoid a specific pain. We then look for the alternative, whether the feeling points toward a clearer, kinder, and more truthful relationship with ourselves and others. The pause strips the feeling of its false urgency. It provides the necessary distance to interrogate the emotion rather than blindly obeying it. Clear away the frantic noise of the impulse, and you find the heart. It is a state characterized by a quiet, steady persistence. The heart operates through patience and humane truth. It lacks the impulse's need to shame, to rush, or to win a scenario at the cost of one's own integrity. An impulse asks how to escape a feeling. The heart asks for the most honest and humane way to stand within it. The heart acts as a stabilizing compass, maintaining its grip on true north regardless of how severe the internal weather becomes. Decisions made from the heart have a specific hallmark. They deliver the unvarnished truth while refusing to abandon compassion in the process. Genuine self-trust comes from cultivating the patience to wait out the storm until the quiet, reliable directive of the heart finally becomes legible.